What happens when you spend your whole life developing a skill, perfecting, and being the most efficient you can at what you're doing, and then your body just decides it doesn't want to do it anymore? What are you going to do? You've been doing this one thing all your life, and then all of a sudden you can't do it. And it's not that you don't want to do it, your mind is ready to do it, you just physically can't. We're talking about being in the trades, being in construction, whether you're electrical, mechanical, plumbing. You don't have to be in construction. You can just be in a trade. It's rough on your body. We're talking about the pros and cons of doing that. So, you're a mechanic, electrician, framer, plumber, insert trade there. This is for you. And if you're curious, because I get this question a lot, what's the best thing and the worst thing of being an electrician? And we're going to nail it down right now. So, number one is paid school. Whether it's an apprenticeship, whether your company is putting you through school, some kind of union program, your company is going to pay for your school, they're going to log your hours. And when you get out, they're going to want to keep you because, one, they know you've learned the right way, but also everybody else is going to want you because they know you learned the right way. You're going to have those certifications behind you. You're going to say, I went to this school. Everyone knows what school that is. And the sky's the limit from there. You're hireable anywhere. Which brings you to number two is you're always going to have a job. So you're always going to be wanted. There's always going to be a need for a trade. Robots aren't taking this one, guys. I don't care how much you say. Robots can't go to a house. They can't talk to somebody about the problem they're having. They can't diagnose. They can't unclog. They can't replace certain specific parts. Whatever it is, robots ain't going to do it anytime soon. So we're always going to have a job, at least for the next couple of generations. You're set. Number three, fix, buy, and save. So you're going to be able to fix anything. So you're going to be saving money. You're going to be able to buy a house sooner than most of your friends, so much younger guys. If you're trying to get into a trade, you're not sure if you want to get into a trade, and you're in what the benefits are. One of the biggest benefits for me was that I was able to buy a house when I was 21, and I bought that house for $70K. Things are only getting more expensive, and that applies to cars, it applies to computers, it applies to anything that has to do with trades. But the point is, you can buy it, and then you can fix it up to how you like it. You're going to make a lot of money. So number four, you're going to make a lot of money. You're going to make a lot of money and you're going to save a lot of money with company vehicles. You're going to be making, I don't even know what the minimum wage is now for a tradesman. I think a journeyman's like $34 an hour right now, which is great. In 4 years, you could go from whatever you started at to 34. That's huge. All you need is 4 years and you're set. And then all the above apply, right? Always going to have a job. You're going to be fix, buy, and save. You're going to drive company vehicles. You don't even need 4 years. You only need 2 years. You get your wiremans as an electrician. I'm not sure how it works with plumbers, but at a certain point, you're going to be sent to houses to go fix people's problems. And you don't even need to have the licenses that's required to work on commercial buildings. You can just have the license to work on residential dwellings. And that's going to open the door for a ton of money. You might make less starting base, but you're going to be able to get those commissions. You're going to be fixing people's problems. You're going to be driving the company vehicle. You're going to be wearing the company's clothes. You're not going to have to worry about a bunch of stuff. No tolls, no vehicle maintenance, no tires, no gas. All that stuff, it goes into the value bucket of being a tradesperson. And number five is going to be the bonds that you make between your coworkers. There's a reason these office jobs, they have these team building exercises that usually involve something where it's more physical, working with your hands, and definitely more hands-on. We get that for free in the field every day. The people that you work with, you're going to bond with in a way that you can't do in an office typically. You're relying on somebody with your life, with your career, where you've got some trust there, where you know you can rely on each other. You don't get that in very many job situations. The environment of being a tradesperson with that other person, you've done some shit together, man. You guys have this bond where it was 100 degrees outside and you guys were outside digging, or you guys were on a rooftop and it was 110 degrees outside and you guys were pulling wire for 5 hours in the blistering heat, I could call any one of those guys that I work with on any one of those job sites. I haven't talked to him in years. I could pick up the phone and we could have a conversation for 2 hours. Just on that experience alone. Finished this video in the garage. So the cons of being a tradesperson, especially this is going to apply to construction. If you don't know, we don't have a whole lot of time to eat. Let's pretend that we do have enough time to leave the job site and we do go somewhere and we get to sit down for 15 minutes, wolf down our food to try to get back to the job in time. You're pretty much seen as trash. As a construction worker in regular society, everyone just kind of looks down on you. Get used to eating in your car, eating on the job. Get used to bringing your lunch. You can save money because you bring lunch, but you're almost always eating on the job site. Number two, I would say it's really dangerous, especially as an inspector now, going back to all these job sites. I go on all these high rises, I see holes in the floor like this big, and I'll be like on the 8th floor, the 20th floor, whatever I'm on. We'll see an elevator shaft with just a little bit of guardrail to it and maybe a toe board where you can't kick just debris from the floor down onto whoever's below. It's a dangerous place, and we're not even talking about the hazards up above you. We're only talking about maybe just falling, which is just one part of safety in the workplace. But it's definitely dangerous. You're always using a power tool that has the capability of doing some pretty serious bodily harm. And you get complacent doing it. You're just focused on the task, just getting it done. And you have no idea how dangerous it actually is until you get out of it. And then you take a step back and you're looking and you're like, whoa, that's crazy. I did that. So construction is very dangerous. The weather, it's almost always hot or it's always cold. Here in North Texas, it is rarely ever do you get a day where you don't have to dress in layers. And if you're in construction, you got to dress in layers. In the morning, you're going to wear a little bit more, and you're going to take off more clothes as the day progresses. Unfortunately, you can only take off so many articles of clothing. You're going to be wearing at least a shirt, no V-necks, no wife beaters, no anything. It's got to be a shirt like this at the minimum, jeans, work boots, socks, hard hat, safety glasses, and whatever else applies, maybe some hearing protection, something like that. So you are either really hot or really cold pretty much all year. The first one that we mentioned is really rough on your body. So you got to have an exit strategy. You don't want to be an old man getting stuck in the trade. If you plan this right and this is plan A, you're already at an advantage because a lot of people in the field, in construction, in trade jobs, get your exit strategy out of turning tools. You want to stay in the trades. You want to keep using the knowledge that you've been learning all your life. Now it's time for us to use our minds and apply everything that we learned to either train somebody else, do plans, run jobs, be in the office, estimate. There's a number of things you can do. You don't have to be turning tools for all your life. And if you don't have an exit strategy to get out, you can be an old man stuck in a trade. I hate to use that term, but I've been working right beside old guys stuck in a trade, and they've stayed here. Maybe kind of, slowly progressing up as far as pay goes, but pretty much stayed the same rank. While I pretty much progressed to where I was their boss eventually. It's really awkward doing that. And if you guys want a video on how do you, as the youngest person on the job site, or how do you get people to listen to you, or how do you build a team when everyone's older than you and you're perceived as somebody that just doesn't know how to run a crew, I can make a video about that. And then the last thing, the fifth thing, is going to be the cleanliness. So you're almost never clean. You're almost always going to be sweaty. Have a salt ring, around your whole torso when you go home, where your tool belt was or whatever. It's not a clean job. Your hands are almost always going to be dirty. There's a lot of fluids involved in the trades, whether it's oil, whether it's wire pulling lubricant, whether it's hydraulic, picking up trash, whatever you're doing. It's not going to be a glamorous lifestyle, plumbers especially. With electrical, you can stay fairly clean if you get into PLCs, programmable logic relays, which are pretty much little computers. You get into terminating panels. You can be in data centers. You can be tenant finish out. There's a number of things you can do that will keep you clean for the most part, but at some point in your career, you're going to be out there in the dirt digging ditches. You're going to be out there in the mud digging ditches. You're out there in the snow digging ditches. You're going to be on the roof not digging ditches but sweating your balls off. There's a lot of reasons why you might not want to become a tradesperson. So yeah, there's my top 5. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Did I miss any? What's your top 5 reasons for becoming a tradesman, being in the trade? What do you guys enjoy? Let us know in the comments below. We'll see you guys in the next one.